Perfect. You know what? Let's get started. Thank you so much. We don't want to take too much of your time. This is a very short training, but it's super. We dive deep into a lot of really good content. Welcome, guys. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Tarmila Rajasingam, and I'm also a real estate agent and a global team leader with eXp Realty. This is Friday Connect. We do this every single week on Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern time. And this is a good time for people. If you have another job, you can jump on it if you're in the Eastern time. Or if you're in another country, we don't want to do it too early as well to be mindful of all the time zones. So it's so good to have different people from different places here and everything. This is a free training. We talk about real estate business growth, lead generation, marketing strategy, social media marketing, and more. And this just gives you a sneak peek of what it's like to join our group, be part of our mastermind calls. And if there's anything that you want to see, something that you're struggling with, we also bring on guests who are an expert at those kind of topics. So a great time to do that. You can let us know here, or you can join our Facebook group, which we'll put the link to our website. Jacob, if you can add this into the chat, that'll be great. Check out our website. It has access to our Facebook group, which is that online community that we're building. So you can put anything that you want in there about what you want to have access to, what you want to learn, but also our YouTube channel where we put all of these recordings on there. We realized people had to jump off because they're at work, etc. And we started to get a lot of emails, people asking us about wanting to get access to these training afterwards. So make sure you connect with us there and visit fridayconnect.net. And if you want to, talk to us and figure out how we can help you grow your business and have a private one-on-one call, definitely visit that link, book a call with us. We're happy to sit down with you and talk to you about it. Remember, it doesn't matter where you are in the country, we can work with you. In the world, we can work with you. So please make sure to connect us there. We are looking to build a global community. And today is a really good topic. We are going to be talking about how to on autopilot generate buyer leads. You probably have in the past maybe done an event to try to really get in front of buyer leads, but really cool simple strategy that Jacob's going to show you is it's going to show you step by step the type of content to bring together, but through webinars, and to do it strategically. But the beautiful part about this is going to save you a ton of time, lots of money, because you don't have to do it re-record it again and again. And there's something really beautiful about this, and I can't wait to hand it over to Jacob. Jacob is also the co-host of this event, Friday Connect, and Jacob and I a couple of times a month, we also come out and do our own training because we both come from a background of digital marketing, and Jacob is a website SEO genius. If there's anyone you're going to be learning this from, it's from Jacob, and he's going to do a little introduction about himself too when he starts off this topic. So Jacob, it's all yours. Take it away.
All right, let me share my screen. We're going to talk about how to generate real estate leads on autopilot. And I love this because this is super efficient. And we're going to use it by doing automated webinars, and how we're going to cover everything you need to know. A quick about me, why you should listen to me. What do I have to say about this? I am located here in Houston, Texas. I speak English and Spanish. So if Spanish is your first language, I can definitely communicate with you. I've been in digital marketing for over 15 years, and my specialty is web design and online optimization, so SEO. I'm also the co-founder of Miffed Media, which is formerly Marketing and Mindset. It's a full-service marketing agency. I've owned my own marketing agency for over 10 years, so I know what I'm talking about in this space. I'm also the co-founder of Groovy Social, which is a social media content platform for realtors that provides social media content done for you. And I'm also a realtor and a team leader here with eXp Realty. So what we're going to talk about today is, why should we do automated webinars? What are automated webinars? How do we create one? And how do we get people to them? So how do we choose a webinar platform? How do we convert those leads into clients? And then I'm going to give you a live demo of really how to set one up in the platform that I use, and which is currently the platform you're in today. And then we'll have some questions and answers. If you have questions throughout the presentation, just put them in the chat and we will scroll to get those. So what is an automated webinar? So an automated webinar is a pre-recorded online presentation. I'm sure you've been to one where people say, hey, come to this training. It's pre-recorded. You can choose multiple time slots and you go watch it. That person's not there actually doing 8 trainings a day or 5 trainings a day. It's a pre-recorded training that's supposed to simulate a live event, okay? And these are a great way to educate our audiences, promote our services, and generate leads and sales. And with an automated webinar, usually like this, you have the slide deck and you have a presenter's voice or their video up in a corner, playing alongside a pre-made slide deck or presentation. And then your audience can interact by submitting questions through a chat feature. So even if you're doing a live an automated webinar that's happening in real time, you'll get those chat questions real time, usually via email. Some webinar platforms will have an app you can download, but you can actually answer those questions to give it more of that live feel. And automated webinars are great because they're convenient and flexible. And no matter where your audience is, maybe it's somebody looking to relocate to your area, or maybe it's somebody that, had to leave town, they can actually watch this as long as they have an internet connection multiple times as well. They can watch a replay. You don't have to worry about a live event. People have to be there and you have to do this over and over again. This allows you to do this over and over again one time and be done with it. So why do we want to use automated webinars? Automated webinars are an effective way to generate leads 24/7 because the user is doing this on their time. And the great thing is, let's say that you're going to run a Facebook ad, okay? And you have your picture there or some type of static image or maybe even a short video. The thing though with just a standard Facebook ad is they're still a cold lead when they come to you, so you don't really have much rapport with them. And the moment you pick on the phone, you have to start building that. Let's say we ran a Facebook ad to our webinar. Guess what? When they register for the webinar, they're coming and getting information. They're getting to hear our expertise or other professionals that we brought in, and we're able to build and warm them up faster. So that way, when we do pick up the phone to call them, they already have a feel for who we are, how we talk, and our knowledge. So it's not like you have to build that process on the phone. It's already done for you. It's a great way to educate potential buyers and sellers on home buying process. I know today says buyers leads, but this is a great way to get seller leads, to get investor leads, educate people on local real estate marketing trends, and working with a particular agent or real estate team. Allows professionals to reach a wider audience. Like I said, people could be relocating, and if you did these seminars in person, they can never go to them, and allows them to access your seminar or your webinar from any internet connection. Automated webinars can be set up automatically to capture leads. So the difference between using this versus just throwing the video up on YouTube and hoping people will see it, you can do both methods, but when it's on YouTube, all you're gonna see is that, hey, you had 500 views, but you don't know who those people are that viewed and attended that event. So with a webinar, in order for them to get this value and to get all this information, they have to give up their name, email address, phone number, whatever information you want to collect, and you know whether they showed up or not. So that way you can send out a different set of emails saying, hey, sorry you missed the webinar, here's a replay link, or schedule for our next one. Or people that attended, thanks for attending, how can I help you? Here's some more information. You want to provide valuable information that keeps you as the expert in the field, and this will increase the potential lead conversion for you because now they're going to feel that they're in good hands with you as their realtor. So how do we create an automated webinar? First thing we got to do is choose a topic, right? And we want to make sure that the topic we're choosing relates to our target audience. So if you don't know who your target audience are, I know a lot of realtors, they just take whatever deal comes to them, and this is why they're so afraid to focus their marketing because they're afraid they're going to miss out on something, that they end up missing out on everything. So know who your target audience is, because when you go to focus on the needs and pain points of your target audience, if you are a luxury agent, pain points and needs for luxury clients are way different than people that your average Joe that's buying a house. So make sure that everything you focus on is for that audience. And you want to choose a topic that aligns with your expertise or your niche. And I gave you some samples here. I'm going to post at the end. I'm going to post a link that I have a kind of a PDF guide you guys can download for free that goes through everything. So, but here's some topics you can do to get buyers, sellers, and investor leads. So everything you need to know about relocating to Houston, Texas, the home buying process, a comprehensive guide for first-time home buyers, navigating the home buying process with the VA loans. Now we're targeting veterans. Condos, townhomes, and single family homes, choosing the right property for your lifestyle. Sometimes people don't know, especially if you get somebody where you're in the older segment of the age group, they don't know whether they should continue to have a home or they should just move straight to a condo because they might not be able to do the lawn maintenance. So you could talk about all those type of things. You can even do one off the fly is the 55 and over community. We have communities down the road that are being built that you have to be 55 or older to live in this community, and it's a neighborhood, but you could talk about those communities and everything you need to know about researching them. Maximizing profit tips for selling your home in today's market. So we're targeting sellers. Maximizing your ROI, how to analyze investment properties and make informed decisions. So now we're targeting sellers. You can use these to target whoever you want in your target audience. And then you want to start writing your content. The first thing I recommend is most people already are scared that they have to record a webinar, and usually webinars are longer, 20 to 30 minutes. And they already can't do a 1 to 2 minute video for TikTok, let alone a whole seminar. So how do we do this? Bring on other professionals. So by bringing on other professionals, I'll give you an example. I'm recording one next week with a VA loan specialist. My husband is a veteran, so we want to target that audience more and help them because they don't understand all the amazing benefits they have here in the States with the VA loan. So I'm bringing in a VA loan specialist, and I have worked it with her where she's going to take and talk about all of the finance stuff, the down payments, getting pre-approved, interest rates, all of that stuff, how it works, buy downs, all that stuff. She's going to take up at least 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes of this presentation. I only really need to talk for 5 to 10 minutes because I'm going to talk about the home buying process, searching for homes, and then I'm going to look for a closing agent to bring on to talk about closing. What does it look like to close on a home? So if you divide that up between everybody in a 30-minute presentation, it's 10, 10, 10. So it takes a lot of pressure off of you. And if you think about it too, if you use these professionals, she already asked me if she could run her own Facebook ads to that webinar. Of course, I'm going to let her run Facebook ads because my deal with them is all of these clients that come through, I will send them to you first to see if you can help them. And if you can, those are leads for you for whether it's a mortgage or for the title company. Make sure you define your audience again. This is super important, and you create clear and engaging, structured content. Don't be all over the place. That's why having these people in there with you will be great because they can just stick to their content. And then on top of it, this is why you want to use a slideshow like we're using because it'll help keep you on point because you can see what your next point is. Because I'm somebody that can definitely go off on a tangent. So create clear and engaging structure so it keeps your audience engaged. If you have trouble writing content or need an outline for an event, I did a test with this. One of the outlines in the outline that I'm going to give you in the PDF, I literally told ChatGPT, I need a buyer seminar that talks about this. Can you create me a slideshow outline? It created it for it. If you need to know how to use ChatGPT, go check out my YouTube channel, Jacob Shireman, and I have videos on how to use it. So if you're stuck with content, that will help you. And obviously ask your professionals if there's areas that you missed in your outline as well. Again, focus on providing value and include a clear call to action. This is where 90% of people fail in their marketing. None of their content, social media, even the emails they send out, there's no call to action to tell the user, this is what the next step is. This is what I need you to do, and you need to keep it simple. Sometimes we give them 20 things they need to do, and then they get confused and don't do any of them. So a clear call to action is schedule a consultation with me, and then create your slideshow in Google Slides, PowerPoint, whatever you want. You can do PDF and have it be full screen, whatever's easier for you. I think Canva, you can do slideshows as well. So go use all of those free tools. So now we come to the daunting task of recording the webinar. And for the webinar, you can use something like Zoom to record your webinar. This is what I highly recommend you use because you can just do a Zoom conference call and then you share your screen and you'll be in control of the slideshow and you just advance the slides for the person presenting as well. And that way, the moment you're done, you hit record, and the moment you're done with that Zoom call, it saves and downloads to your computer. You can quickly edit the beginning and end. You don't need to do anything fancy. and now this is a video that you can use for your webinar. Again, if you want to do a live webinar, you can invite people to a live event and then record that as well, which is another great way, because then again, it's in that live setting. Darmil and I always talk about this. We love doing live training videos because our mindset is different. We know we can't stop and edit that part out. So it just helps us to relax and be more natural. And if you mess up, you mess up. I mean, I knocked over my water bottle just a second ago. So, you know, you just keep going, and it makes it feel like it is a live event, because if it was edited down to the details, then you get a feel that it's not live, okay? And just keep it, again, simple, natural, and remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. As long as they're getting the right information, you're providing value, you're being yourself, that's what you want. You want people to connect with you. So now that we have our webinar recorded, and we're going to talk about how to upload it later, we're going to choose a platform, which you can, there's multiple that you can use, like Easy Webinar, you can use Zoom, but we got to promote our webinar, right? One of the ways that you can promote them free is promote on social media. Constantly share your webinar, whether it's a couple times a week, share it to your stories, do a reel on it, do a TikTok on it, do YouTube on it, you can do video on it, promote it to social media. You can also promote to Facebook groups and forums. There's a lot of like community Facebook groups that, as long as you're not selling something, even though you're giving a free webinar, you can promote events. So find local Facebook groups that you can use to promote your webinar. You can even do a Facebook event. You know, you would have to create a few of these, but pick a day of the week and one of the times that you've selected and have it run. And then I believe even in some of the Facebook events, you can tell it to be reoccurring. So you can promote it on Monday at noon, whatever you want. And then when they click that link to go register, it's going to give them more option times as well. You can use something like Eventbrite and network with other real estate professionals to tell people that, hey, if people have questions about buying a home here, or if the people you're working for, they can promote it for you at no cost to you. And then you can do paid promotions, which would be like Facebook ads, Instagram ads, YouTube ads, Google ads. You could promote it locally on maybe a local magazine, or some of these groups that have lots of members to their Facebook groups. Sometimes they let you promote stuff in there and you pay them a small fee. So there's tons of ways to promote it. Another way, if you're on a smaller budget, ask those, when you network with those real estate professionals, maybe you're doing a budget of $5 a day for a Facebook ad, ask them if they'll contribute. If you're bringing in a mortgage person and let's say a closing agent, ask them to contribute a third. So $150 a month divided 3 ways, that's $50 a person. That's super doable. And this might allow you to be able to increase your budget, because you will be able to afford more if somebody else is helping you with those ads. So in order for this webinar to be successful, I wanted to include this because this is where I find out a lot of times people go to all these trainings to learn how to do lead generation, lead nurturing, all of that stuff. People don't follow up with their leads, okay? So in order for this to be successful, you have to follow up with your leads. So one thing you want to do is make sure you're following up with your leads promptly, especially if you see that they attended the webinar, have some type of automated email that goes out within 24 to 48 hours, maybe providing them more information. You need to stay top of mind, okay? And then you want to personalize your communications for them. So a lot of these email programs and things that go out will automatically put their first name that they use to register, and you can tailor it, and especially based on any questions that you ask them. And you want to offer additional resources. So send them some guides, ebooks, maybe other webinars that you have coming up, home buyer's guide, home seller's guide, things like that, market reports. Send them to your blog. If you're doing one, you should be doing one. And then you want to stay in touch. Basically, the key is pick up the phone. A lot of people they pay for Facebook ads, and they never call these people because they don't want to cold call. Well, these people asked you to call them. They gave you your phone number. People don't hand out their phone number lightly. They'll put in a fake one, fake email address. But if you get a phone number, call them. They're waiting for you, because if not, we're in a right now society. If they don't get the information they need, they're moving on to your audience. And especially the conversation should be a lot easier because they've already seen your face. They've already heard your voice. And now you can call them and say, hey, I want to thank you for attending the webinar. I wanted to see if you needed anything. Can I follow up with, wanted to follow up with you and have a conversation with them. And then obviously you need to use a CRM. So this is where if you're with our brokerage, we get KV Core for free. You should be utilizing KV Core. You could set up a different smart campaign for this webinar where maybe the first few emails are more generated for thanks for attending or hey, sorry, we missed you. And you could tag accordingly, and then the rest could follow your normal buyer sequence, getting them on a search alert and things like that. If you have questions about KV Core, even just smart CRM strategies, highly recommend you check out our other videos on Friday Connect, and you check out Tharmila's channel, and she can throw that in the chat because she has some amazing CRM strategies, and she even has online courses about how to utilize especially KV Core, but CRM strategies for lead generation and lead nurturing. So let's see a live demo. This is what I want to show everybody is a live demo. So what's happening is I'm gonna use Easy Webinar. I use this for some other things for my marketing business, and I like this because it's on Autopilot. So these are some that we did recently. So what you're gonna come do is register for something like Easy Webinar. You could do this in Zoom. There's some other webinar platforms. If you're gonna do an automated webinar where this is on Autopilot, not just a live, you wanna make sure that it has the automated webinar features. Usually this isn't the base price, it's slightly up. I think with Easy Webinar, it's around $99 now a month. But to me, that's pretty inexpensive considering I can do multiple webinars. And then for that one price, I can go live anytime. I can do my recordings on here. So there's a lot of factors. Plus, it gives you analytics to see how many people came, how many people watched, how long they watched. And then so you can see how many people are coming to all of your events. As you can see, it kind of gives you a quick breakdown, but then it gives you more in depth. So if you're on Easy Webinar, basically, you're going to come over here and click Add Automated Event. So it's going to ask you for a title. So let's go back over here real quick, and let's grab a quick title. Let's do the VA loan. And so we will come over here, and then we will create and schedule. And so what's going to happen is there's a lot of tabs. It's pretty in-depth, and I'm going to be doing some more YouTube videos on this because I want to make sure everything gets set up right for you guys. But basically make sure you just click every tab and you set up, because you can see right here is the main event info. This is the page that they're going to use to register. So automatically sets up a landing page for you. This is the thank you page that they get the moment they register. This is the actual event page. So some of you probably clicked on the link this morning and said, hey, the training starts in 1 hour and 5 minutes. It has that countdown. So that will automatically display for them. And the moment you go live, you'll be able to see the video and it starts. This is a replay page. So if you want people to go back and watch it later, or for those who missed it to go watch it, you can do that. And then event notifications, where you can remind people a day before, an hour before, 10 minutes before. You can set up event notifications. And then you can also, there's some advanced options, which technically really don't need. So we're going to do an automated webinar. The time zone, I don't think matters. I always just say attendees local time zone, because maybe you do have somebody that is from California and they're looking to move to Houston, or Houston looking to move to Toronto. So you want it to be in their time zone, but you can select your time zone if you want. And then we want to say that this is a reoccurring event. And then we want this to go every day. Maybe you only want it to go specific days in the week. So you can say, I want to do this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So it looks more like that. I would do it every day because some people only have the weekends free. And then you can add your start time. So what this means is, so if it's being offered every day, I can tell it, I want it to start at 12 p.m. I want to do 3 p.m. I want it to go like maybe actually let's do 3 p.m. And I want it to go every hour. Whoops. There we go. 3 p.m. And then you can start it, but you can add all times as you want. So when they select the date, it'll give them, hey, we got a time today at 12. We got a time today at 3. We got a time today at 6 p.m. You can add all of that. If this is maybe a time sensitive maybe it's something to do with market reports, and every month you're going to add in a new market report. Let's say you did that. You can select an end date for that webinar for it to stop. But if you're doing a seminar, honestly, the best thing is you can leave this running, and if you ever update your video, you just go back in here and re-upload the video, and it will use the new video from that point forward. And then, do you want to allow people to register for your webinar while it's in progress? So I always say no. I don't want them to register for my 12 o'clock at 12:10 and they're missing out on the valuable information. So it'll push them to register for the next one. Enable in-time registration. You can split the date and times. I don't. So only thing I focus on really in this situation is that I enable, I don't enable instant replay because I want to send it to them the next day. But I tell them, hey, only show like the next 4 time slots. So usually I have 4 time slots for the day. So I want to show them, hey, I only got a time at 12, 3, 5, and 8, and then maybe I have, and then you'll have one tomorrow. So it creates a sense of urgency because they don't think that this is going to happen next week, because most of them will just, I'll book next week. I don't have time right now. So this will create a sense of urgency, like, oh, it's only being offered these times. I need to move on, or I need to schedule. So that's all you need for that page. And then you move over to registration page. You enter your headline, your subheading. You can do an image or video here. So sometimes I like to do video of like 30 seconds saying, hey, I'm so excited to do this webinar, bringing in the top professionals in the mortgage industry and the title industry. You definitely want to watch this video to learn everything you can about the VA loan. So many veterans are missing out on that loan. And then I go into my spiel so people can already get a feel of my energy, or you can use a standard image that you designed in Canva or a picture of yourself. Then you can include your event description. And then I always tell them I want, you don't have to do full name. You can let them just put in first name. It doesn't matter. Most CRMs require a first name. Then you can put testimonials in here, like previous clients, and then you can put your footer text. So if you need to, for compliance issues, because you're talking about real estate, you need to put in your privacy policy, your terms of use, the MLS and the Fair Housing Act, all of those things, you can copy and paste them into here and create a footer so you can stay in compliance. You can choose your theme, which we actually would have done on this page. You'll come over here to the event info, and then it gives you some themes that you can do. So I always usually select this one. And then now you moved on to your thank you page. So you put in your title. Hey, you've registered successfully. Thanks for registering for our webinar. Again, you can do an image or video telling them what to expect. Thank you for registering. Make sure you watch this on the computer, as we're going to be sharing our screen and providing valuable information. And then you can even write some stuff that, hey, this is what you're going to learn in the webinar. And then you move on to the event page. So you put the title of the event, the subheadline. I usually don't do the page description. There's no need because they're already going to be on the page. And the best part is the way you do this is if you pre-recorded your video in Zoom, just go upload it to YouTube. Make sure that you don't select public, you select unlisted, unless you want people to watch it there and it's out everywhere. And the people that do register here get to see it. But you'll paste your YouTube video URL here, and then you'll put the exact hour, minute, and second here. And then you can tell them, hey, after the event, where do you want them to go? This is a perfect time, as soon as the event is over, for those who stayed the whole time, to go and schedule a time with you. So send them to your booking page or your Calendly link and get them to your website or your booking page and let them instantly book a time with you. If people registered late or they came after your event was over, you can redirect them back to the registration page or somewhere where they can get more information, or tell them to book a time directly with you. And then there's a replay page. So if you want them to be able to replay, you just select your settings there. And this is the super important part, is the event notification. So you want them to receive notifications before the event. They're going to get an email that they registered with a link like you guys got today, so you get to see that in action. And then you're going to put your from name, your email address that you want them to reply to, and where it's from. And then they'll automatically get a welcome email. I always want to include a calendar invite so they can add it to their calendar. And then you send them a welcome notification. So you select the template that you want. I always like this one. And then I say thank you for registering. Just make sure you can put your text in here. Thank you for registering for the event. The only thing you want to make sure is that anything that's between hashtags, you don't change. But come in here, customize the information, and then what you can say is thank you for registering, and then you can send event notifications before the event. So this one you can have go out an hour before. It's already done for you. It says, hey, the workshop's about to start in an hour, to remind people, because they probably forgot if they registered, yesterday. They've had things happen. So this gets them to remember to come to your presentation. And then after the event, turn this on and send them the replay. Or if you're automatically going to have your CRM send emails, then you don't need this. That way it comes from your email. But if you want something to go out right away about the replay, you can edit that here as well. I recommend you use your CRM for that. And then when you're done, you click save and exit. And it's not going to let me do that because we didn't fill out anything. So I'm going to show you the live. So once you've done it, your event will be here. And then this, if you want to embed this onto a website, it'll give you an embed code here. You just copy and paste and customize it. And then the event links, this is what's important. So if you're going to send out links to people to register, your co-host, things like that, so they can send, here is the registration page. Here's links to the thank you page. Here's the links to the event page and stuff like that. If you want to do it like a one-click, you can do that, where you can put their email address and name in here and automatically registers them. But this is the link that you're going to use the most. And this is what you'll utilize to send out and promote it. So if you're going to run a Facebook ad, you send them to this link to register. So any type of ads, your social media, all that, this is the most important link, but that's how you get it. And after the event, you can say view analytics. It'll take you to an analytics page that'll show you their name, their sign up date, the date they came to the webinar, the time, their time zone, how much of the webinar they watched, how much of the replay they watched. Did they go back and watch it again? Because that's a good sign, right? Because now they're interested, they're wanting to learn more. And then you can watch to see how much of the replay they watched. And you can even select all these people. You can filter by event, whether they registered, whether they actually clicked on anything, and whether they watched the replay. So you can filter based on the actions they took. And then you can export this to a spreadsheet. You can even link this with Zapier. So the moment they register, it goes right into your CRM. And I have videos on Zapier on how to use that. But I know it's a lot of stuff, but trust me, clicking it step by step. And the great thing is there's always a chat thing here. If you get stuck, they respond really quick, and they're able to send you an article or information on how to do that. So that is that there. And so if anybody has any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second so we can answer some questions. And then if you want to see anything about ChatGPT or all that, all of my social media is JM Sharman. You can go watch it on there as well. Are there any questions?
Thank you so much, Jacob. That was awesome. And I love how you talked about the strategy, gave examples, and then you also showed people exactly how to use it. And I hope a lot of you take advantage of this. And honestly, one of my biggest advice is when you partner with another, a service provider like a lender, an appraiser, or even an inspector, a lawyer is great. My recommendation is ask them to pay half for it. Like I used to run events here in Toronto with other investors, and I would have them pay half. And so you're pitching in because you're going to have access to the database. So that would be my recommendation, and collaborate together, and it's one and done. So, and if you are not a camera person, then you can start to introduce a topic, and then ask them questions, interview them rather than you talking, and leave it to the professional. If it's about lending, if it's about VA loan, let them speak, but you ask the questions and you can have a conversation to keep it going. But that would be my suggestion. And of course, if you can keep it within the time frame and et cetera, and all those strategies that Jacob shared. But yeah, thank you for the question. The time to start with or going, I'll let Jacob answer that. But
I would say no. And the reason why is start with one. We tend to take on a lot as realtors. We try to do all these marketing strategies, and what happens is we're not consistent with one. I would start with one, because the one thing you're going to want to analyze is how are you marketing this? And if you have a limited budget, then you want to put all your money to get more exposure to that. So I would start off with, what do you think would get the most views? Like what's the most relatable for your target audience? and then go with that. If you have kind of let's say you do luxury as well, and you work with a lot of real estate investors, you have two segmented audiences. You can a lot of times combine those audiences too. So first-time home buyers, the home buying journey, technically it's the same information. So you could use that presentation on later on and create another title, but I would stick with one, see how it performs, give it a month, and see how your marketing budget looks. If you're running Facebook ads, how are the ads performing? What's my conversion rate that from ads that are coming for traffic? How many of the people that actually clicked? You had 100 clicks, but only 20 registrations. And then out of those 20 registrations, how many people actually showed up? How many people actually watched the replay? If you only had one or two, then there is a disconnect, right? So I would do one first, see how that goes, perfect that. And once you have a good formula, then rinse and repeat all day long, because this is great. This is why I'm moving this direction too and doing more of these, is because it really works. People are used to these webinars, and not a whole lot of people in the real estate sector are doing these. If they do, it's like a one-time event. So, but yeah, stick to something, perfect that, and that should be for all your marketing, right? Facebook ads, YouTube videos, anything like that. Get a good formula going so you can quickly rinse and repeat and keep that consistent, and give it time. Give this webinar, at least 90 days. And be watching your insights. Make sure everything you do is trackable in all marketing things, so you know if your money is working, you're getting that return on investment. Because you want to look at, again, how many people clicked the link to register, how many people actually registered, how many people showed up. Out of people that showed up, how many rewatched the replay, or people that didn't show up, how many watched the replay. And then out of those, how many appointments did you get? That's important, because if you're not getting appointments, then maybe your approach is wrong in the webinar and you might need to redo it.
I just wanted to add to that too, is because start with one, is because when you have success with one, now you can take it to a lawyer, you can take it to another expert in what they do, and you can actually get a buy-in. One, and two, remember, you want to start with one is also because you'll see how you market it. You'll see there might be technical error, and setting up any system and learning it, the how-to can really hold you back. And we've even run into a lot of technical issue. Like right now is a great example. So you want to make sure that you do a one full run through. What you don't manage, you can measure. So that would be my recommendation. And also, when you're doing these webinars, we think that people like a certain topic, but that's because we think that they need to know. But remember, think of it from your audience. If they're veterans, if they're first-time home buyers, if they're if they're moms that are particular, that you're really trying to niche to, think about how, if they can Google to get this information readily. So a really great example is, let's say a new particular loan is being shared in your area. I know one of my really good agent in Atlanta, Georgia, she does really good, all of her business comes from YouTube, and she brings on her lender and she talks about a particular product that is for people who are low income family. That's huge. That's an insight into something that not everyone has access to. So she brings them on and shares this information and says, if you want access, you need to talk to me about it. And if you live in Canada, for a lot of you that are in Ontario, because of a federal government policy of bringing immigration of 400,000 people every single year, dip into that. So you should start. A lot of people right now, before they even move in to anywhere in Ontario or in Canada, they're Googling on YouTube, where should I move to? So you want your videos to come up, your ads to show up. So you can say, helping newcomers coming to Canada, finding places for you. And remember, these people are coming with a lot of money. They already have jobs. They've already found jobs before they're moving. And some of them are looking for rentals. Again, those are great leads too. So you could do one particularly for tenants, and you could do it particularly for investors, like Josh and I do, my husband and I. So that would be my recommendation, is to think really carefully about what Jacob alluded to in his presentation. Who is it that you're marketing for? And because that's going to make a big impact in your business and your ROI. But a great question. We're going to Jacob. Why don't you, in the meantime, while others, if they are thinking about another question, can you share your screen, show them what you have access to? If you want to partner with us, join our group. We have services, and you don't have to join our group. You can still work with us. We have a ton of resources that we offer, tons of free masterclasses. If you struggle with social media, we have a platform that Jacob and I created called Kurubi Social. I highly recommend you check it out. There is a free version to a lot of our resources. We have a lot of free access, and you don't have to be part of our group or brokerage to access them. So I highly recommend you go check those out.
Yeah, so if you go to our website, I already put that in there. But basically we have a marketing resources page. We have more stuff we're going to be adding. All of the courses that are here, KV Core lead generation setup, all of our master classes that we offer for free on KV Core, social media, agent attraction, website, sales funnels, and then all of our YouTube channels are here. So if you need help with anything, don't hesitate to reach out to us. If you are not with our brokerage, then you want to get access to these resources for free, definitely go to, you click here in the thing and say partner with us, or you can set meetings directly in the calendar with us as well. So let me stop sharing that. And then all those links are in our chat, and we appreciate everybody for coming. We love doing these. We love teaching. We love getting to talk about marketing. This is why Dharmila and I work so well together, so we speak the same language. And we love helping real estate agents grow their business and doing marketing the right way that actually has strategic results. And that's, you notice anything that we do, it's always strategy based. So again, if you need anything else, let us know. Be sure to register for next week's event. We actually have a video professional coming on. Literally what he's done for 16 years is record professional videos for other companies and editing. And he's going to give you basic tips that you can use your iPhone, your smartphone, and how to get started recording and editing videos with ease, and how to get on camera, and given tons of tips and tricks. I've done a podcast, or and they've interviewed me on their channel. His work is quality, so I definitely don't miss that. Just head over to our website and to our events page and register for that. And we'll see everybody next week.
See you. Thanks for coming.
Bye, guys.